Darth Sion is actually kind of an interesting character to me. Like, he's known as the Lord of Pain, and he was part of the Sith Trimetive during the first Jedi Purge with Kreia and Nullius. And I found this Sith rather unique and interesting, mostly because how he's just like he's from the Great Sith Wars. He's been around for at least 100 years or so, or was it 1,000? I haven't looked it up in a while, but how he uses the Force to keep his body intact, or else he'll die. Like, his body is basically just an embodiment of the Force, of all pain, pretty much. And I thought this character was very unique. Like, okay, something interesting added to the Star Wars universe. I never would have pictured someone with their body so broken and pretty much messed up that they would use the Force to keep themselves together like glue. Like, okay, that's kind of interesting. Like, to keep their body intact. In fact, I'm surprised that Jedi don't even learn this kind of technique. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't want to look like creatures of the night, but it'd be kind of helpful in battle. Like, if you're injured and you need to use and you don't have any medical equipment to keep your body intact, so you're using the Force to do it until you can find a way to get it back together without having to use Force power or whatnot. So, like, I thought that was kind of interesting. And Darth Sion's character was interesting enough. Like, he would hunt down the exile, basically track down the last of the Jedi. And since it was canonized that the exile was a female, Darth Sion would later start having romantic feelings for her. I think they kind of explained that he thought she was beautiful, but they never really showed the confliction he was having. Like, he just continues doing what he's doing. Like, what's this nagging thing in the back of my head? Oh, nothing. I'll just move on, trying to kill her anyways. Like, I really thought there should have been, like, some conflict in him, like, during the final duel with her. Like, in the first duel, it made sense, but in the final duel, he starts to become conflicted, and it eventually starts to weaken himself, and eventually his emotions are running out of control, and all that. And I thought, man, he should really, like, that should really be a conflicting story element added and like a plot point. Like, that would have been interesting to see, but they kind of play it safe. Like, he just says, I hate you because I love you and whatnot, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, okay, Darth Vader can make the same statement saying that how much he cares about his children. It's just that in his mind, well, but here's the major difference between Sion and Darth Vader's reasoning to basically kill somebody they loved. Sion does it because he's nothing but the Lord of Pain and hater of all Jedi. Lord Vader does it because he thinks that his children would be ashamed of him, and therefore he still plays the villain. As much as he wants to be close to his children, most likely since they're the children of Padme, his wife, so really he's just punishing himself further by basically letting his children be the death of him. But Sion, there was not really an actual conflict regarding his emotions. That would have been interesting to see, in my opinion. I would have loved to see that, and I'm pretty certain they did that in their cut content because, holy shit, yeah, that there is a ton of cut content in Knights of the Old Republic 2. So I'm pretty sure that there's a little gigabyte worth of data saying that Sion was originally going to be conflicted about his emotions for the exile. I firmly believe that. Like, considering how much cut content was in the game, yeah, there's certainly a possibility. But really, Sion's character was something that I felt like could have been so much more. Like, there's a bunch of interesting things about him, but more interesting things that were cut out from the game that could have fleshed him out more, could have made him more of a sympathetic villain. Like, who wouldn't be sympathetic towards a guy that's suffering? His body is beaten and broken from over 100 to 1,000 year conflict, and he's holding himself together just through the Force, through his pain. Like, my God, this would be a sympathetic character if they made him a sympathetic character. But no, they went with the conservative route. All Siths are evil, therefore they must be punished, and whatnot. Well, everyone, this was my thoughts on Darth Sion. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.